going on, guys? Rik Lifts Weights. We're about to get after it. This is going to be video 5 out of 6. We're going to do legs and abs. The first thing I do when I get to the gym on a leg day is I go over to the bike and I spend anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes between level 8, 10, and 12, just depending on how tight I am and how long it takes me to get warmed up. After I'm all finished on the bike, I do a body weight warm-up with squats and lunges and some foam rolling and just a little bit of stretching to get ready. I do 135 pounds for a set of 12, 185 for a set of 12, and 225. I think I only did 8 to 10 here. I realized at this point that I was not going to be able to go as heavy today in this workout as I had planned. My initial goal was to do 315 for 3 sets of 4 to 5. But I realized that that wasn't going to happen. The weights were feeling definitely a lot heavier than I thought they were going to, which is fine. So what I did was I focused on the form today in my workout, and these squats especially. I went slow. I have a long negative there, a brief pause at the bottom, and going up. I didn't try to drive up. I just try to keep good balance and focus on squeezing the muscles, knowing that I wasn't going to go as heavy as I wanted. I tried out 315 just to see how it felt. The first rep was okay. I did 2 and 3 and they were alright. I went for a 4th and it was pretty slow. So at that point I knew that I was definitely not doing more than 2 sets because it was way too heavy. Okay, so here's that 4th rep I was talking about. It wasn't a true grinder, but it was definitely a lot slower than I had wanted it to be. So I went for one more set here with 315, only going for 3 reps, knowing that if I went for a 4th, it would probably be even slower than it was last set, and I didn't want to fail. So after I finished this, I went down to 275. This way I can get some more reps out of it. And one thing I'm doing here is I'm focusing on keeping my legs pretty close together. It's definitely inside shoulder width, and I'm not angling my toes out. This is a new squat form that I've tried to use over the last 2 weeks, and it seems like it's allowing me to get deeper while keeping my back in a safer position, so I like that. We moved on into the leg press. I didn't show the warm-ups here, but I always do like a little brief warm-up even though my legs are already warm. I did 2 plates on each side and then 3 plates on each side, both for maybe 20 or so reps just to grind them out. And then I did the 4 plates that you saw there. After I did that set, I tried changing the angle of the back, of like the back position of the leg press, and it didn't really feel good for me at all. So I angled it steeper back up, which is what you're seeing here. And then here was a set with 5 plates per side, and I did 4 sets with 5 on each side. I kept my toes or my feet a little higher on the platform this time to try to get more of the emphasis onto my hamstrings, as opposed to when you keep your feet lower on the platform and you work more of your quads. So after I finished those, I went into it's either a stiff leg deadlift or a Romanian deadlift. It's kind of like a hybrid form between the two. What I do is I stand with my toes on top of a 5-pound plate, and that little bit of elevation of your toe puts a lot more stretch into your hamstring. It's actually crazy how that happens. So I was using 60-pound dumbbells, and I did 6 sets, supersetted with the ab exercise you're seeing here. Again, this is just one of my favorite ab exercises. You find yourself a decline bench, you go slow, lift your legs, and push them up at the top. And I was supersetting again the stiff leg deadlifts with these for 6 sets, going about 12 reps on the stiff leg deadlifts and about 15 reps on these. To finish off the workout, I moved into seated calf raises, which I did for 6 or 7 sets to failure. This was the 4th set, so by this point I was a little bit fatigued. So what you do is lower your ankles all the way down as far as they'll go, stretch them out, go slowly, don't bounce them, and squeeze at the top as tight as you can, and try to force your toes down.